What's up, everybody? It's the Bipolar Prophet, and welcome back to Old Ridge Farm and Farming Simulator 15. So if you remember from the last episode, I said that I was having an issue loading my JCB onto my Flegel animal trailer here. Well, you know what? And bear in mind that I'm recording this pretty much directly after I recorded the last episode, which you guys will have obviously already seen. And I'm sure all of you were screaming, BP, you big doofus, it's a Unimog with a flatbed. Why couldn't you just put the bucket on that? Right. It dawned on me after I stopped recording. I got up for a minute. I did some stuff that I had to do. And I was like, wait a minute, you big dummy. That's a Unimog with a flatbed with a locking script on it. You could put the bucket on that. So we're going to start by doing that. I can't seem to hear anything. I'm not sure why. Is it just because it's turned down so low? Oh, there we go. It was just turned down really low. So sorry about the flashy screen. I like to hear a little bit of volume, you know. So we'll go ahead and we'll get this thing loaded. We'll get the bucket loaded up on the Unimog, lock it in place, get the JCB onto the into the animal trailer, bring that down to the pig and beef farm, because obviously that's where these things are going to live anyway. So yeah, I can't believe I didn't catch this the first time. Are you completely just blind? Oh, now I'm hoping this is going to work. This is might be a bit. This is a big. This is kind of a big bucket, you know. But it should be okay. It should just fit on there, I think. Can I go a little further forward? Maybe get it sort of in the middle, like that-ish, I guess. Cut it off. Back up. There we go. That seems to work. We're just going to make sure we lock it on there. Now we can load this onto the animal trailer. No worries with the weight of this thing. You know, you get 8 or 10 fully loaded, fully grown beef cattle on one of these, and it's every bit of as heavy, if not heavier, than one of these skid steers. So I'm not worried about overloading this this trailer with this thing by any means. So, and this should fit right in here, I believe, without the bucket. Oh yeah. No worries. Right in there it goes. Perfect. Oop, oop, up. If I lowered the boom, what am I stuck on here? What's the story? Come on now. Is it the mirror? Is it really the mirror? I mean, am I going to have to back this in maybe? It could be the mirror. I could be stuck on the collision on the mirror perhaps. Let's see if I can get a better angle at this. There it goes. Oh, nope. What am I catching? Yeah, it's the mirror. Whoops. Oh. Now I'm stuck on a ramp. Well, this is going well, huh? Every time BP thinks he's got a good idea. Okay. This thing's starting to annoy me now, so it's going to go in. It's going to go in reversed up there, I guess. And hopefully we can clear the mirror with the ramp. Oh. I mean, of all things, a mirror, really? Okay, let's try this. Easy, easy. And I was worried about the way Sean Blaylock was treating this thing. I treat it way worse. Is it just, you know what it is? It's falling between the ramp and the, yeah, that's what it's doing. It's falling between the ramp and the body of the trailer. So we're gonna have to maybe give this a little bit of persuasion here. Get it in there. Nope, that's not gonna work. Oh, this is going awesome so far. Come on, BP. Have you not ever put anything on a trailer before? And one thing a skid steer is not really designed to do is drive with a steering wheel. So a couple of joysticks here would make this a lot easier. 4 minutes of trying to load this thing up already. All right, get it lined up. Give it some goose. Get it in there. There we go. It ain't pretty, but you know what? It's in there, and that's all that matters. There we go. That'll do. Oh, make sure we turn it off. Jump out. Wow. I mean, really? Did it have to be that hard? So, let's see. We need to fold that up, first of all. There we go. Cool animation on that, too. You know, I like how the ramp kind of spreads out a little bit. We need to switch to this. We need to X that. There we go. Now that's locked on. Fire this up. jump inside. Hopefully we can get out of here. Gonna have to do it from the outside though, because can't really see. The trailer's really tall, so try to back this out of here as best we can. All right, jump back in where it's a little less noisy. Now, the Unimog does not have the best turning circle in the world, so hopefully I can make this turn and clear all this stuff. Oh, yeah. No worries. Very good. Just because I'm paranoid, I want to make sure my bucket's still there. Yep, it is. I can't believe I didn't... we might as well go this way, actually. It's quicker. I can't believe I didn't think of that, you know, in the last episode. It just dawned on me. I'm like, wait a minute, you big dummy. Isn't this Unimog a flatbed? So... just put the bucket on the flatbed. Duh. So I will thank you guys all in advance for the suggestions that you will undoubtedly leave me about doing this exact thing. And I'll be honest, I'm a little proud of myself that I actually thought of it all by myself. So, but thank you for the suggestions that you guys will undoubtedly leave, you know, saying, hey, BP, if you just take a look at the Unimog, you'll probably be able to come up with a solution. So in this episode, we're going to mow, probably mow, rake, and bale all the grass on fields 8 and 9 and on a dairy field, the dairy meadow. Get that all, you know, at least baled up. Probably, I don't know how I'm going to break it down. I might do hay on the dairy meadow. Not a very big meadow. Doesn't get a lot of bales. And then maybe do silage on 8 and 9. I don't really need the silage, you know, so much, but I don't want to waste the grass. I want to get a cut on the grass, you know. It's probably not the best quality grass for the simple fact that I didn't get the chance to do a lot of prep on it, you know, during the sort of replant of everything on the map, but I don't want to waste it either, so. Drive down past the orchard here. Trees are fruiting up again, which is nice, you know. Like I said, I'll probably do 3 or 4 harvests of the trees before I, you know, load them all up on the Flegel and bring them down to the supermarket, I guess. Had to come around this way because I had never made the turn off of the little humpback bridge there with this thing. It's just too long, and the Unimog doesn't turn well enough for all that. But of course, I still have a whole bunch of Ross boxes sitting down here. To be honest, it's not hurting them to sit there, so they're not really a big priority of mine to deal with at the moment, you know? Okay. We will put this right here. Turn it off, because it's kind of loud. Let's see. Let's go ahead and unlock that. Switch to this. Oh, those cows are screaming in my ear. Woo. I keep forgetting to turn the volume down before I start recording, you know? And it's so loud in the headphones. All right, we can jump out of that now. Hopefully that'll continue to unfold as we jump out. Oh yeah. Yep. Unfold and kind of expand out, which is neat. Jump in the JCB and get this out of here. Hopefully a little smoother than it went in. Yeah, okay. Whoops. Again, you know, not the most precise thing in the world, steering-wise, so. We'll go grab the bucket, and I'll probably just leave this right here, and I'll deal with it after, because I want to get mowing. Of course, the connector part of the bucket is on the other side. Of course it is. It's good to get this down here. You know, am I going to be able to fit between here? Yep, just going to have to do some maneuvering to get to the bucket, but okay. It's good to have this thing down here, because again, that's kind of what this thing is for. You know, it's really made to, it's really, bought it to muck out down here, so. Okay, now, hopefully I can connect to this without too much crisis and without flying into the air. Very good. Excellent. All right, we'll just go ahead and back this up and set it right here. That'll do. Turn it off, set the brake, and then we'll tab over to the case and the mower. And we'll go up to fields, I guess we'll go do fields 8 and 9 first. Why not? So, probably do this all myself without Courseplay or anything. just because why not? Don't really have much else to do at the moment. So it's still the same day as it was the last episode. After the mowing and the baling and everything is done, I'll probably fast forward time one more time. That should put us, I believe, close to harvest for the potatoes, and probably 1 day away from the barley. So because the barley went in after the potatoes. Probably have to run through the fields one more time, spray, see how the moisture is and everything. As I said, in the last episode, looking at the weather forecast there, we're not due to have any rain. We're due to have some hail, but hail doesn't help your soil moisture. So we could really use some rain. But, in lieu of rain, I'll just keep spraying water, All right. Now, I would imagine these fields are not great. Moisture-wise, the soil moisture is really low, as you can see. But okay. We'll get a cut on them, and then we'll kind of deal with them, I guess, afterwards. So, now, can I... what would make the most sense, I think, is if I started going the other way. Then I could at least get kind of close to the hedge. Now, you may remember in the... back up. In the other version of this map, in the original version of this map, these trees were gone. I didn't move them this time because, well, honestly, I forgot. And to be honest, they're not really that much in the way because I don't go all the way to the edge of the field anyway. So, let's see. Where do I want to start? I don't... this will do, I guess. Let me use my fancy schmancy buttons here. And I think I will actually use the cruise control. Why not? Let's use the cruise control. So I don't have to worry so much about my foot on the throttle. How fast do I want to go? 5? Yeah, let's go 5. 5 is a good speed for a small field like this, I think. Now that's a little slow. Let's go 10. There we go. Yeah, we'll cut all this grass. I'm not going to ted it. I will obviously rake it and then bale it up, So hopefully we can get all that done in this episode. We should be able to. Probably go around the edge here, I guess. Make sure we keep the grass on the field and not in the road. No need to go under the hedge or too close to the hedge anyway. Because then the rake will just get stuck in it, stuck on the trees and everything when we go to rake it, so. Now that we have sheep, I'm probably going to have to come up, and I want to continue to expand the dairy herd. We're going to have to probably come up with some sort of alternative plan for grass. Maybe buy another field, plant some more grass, perhaps. That's probably going to be the way it has to go because I think eventually we're going to start running out. The 3 meadows that I have now are probably enough for what I have right now. But if I start adding a bunch more animals, we're definitely not going to have enough, so. I'm not the best mower in the world, as you guys know, as you can see. I miss half of it going around the corner, but it's something I enjoy doing. It's relaxing, it's nice to do it, yourself once in a while instead of just letting Courseplay kind of handle everything. I suppose what would be the most efficient thing to do would be to let Courseplay mow, and then, I come up here with a rake and kind of rake, during the mowing process, just to get it done. But you know what? I kind of want to leave the Ford down at the dairy farm for as long as I possibly can. For the simple reason that, I just don't want to get in trouble for using it, too much, on the open road and everything, so. That should be enough headland. Now we can start going up and down. These fields aren't very big, so they're not going to take very long to do anyway. Mow everything, come back and rake everything, and then if there's time, we'll bale. If not, we'll do that in the next episode, so. And by then, we'll probably need to pay some attention to the fields as well. Oop. Yeah, we'll just turn in the hedge, I guess. Why not? Stop, stop, stop. I forgot I had the cruise control on. I'm like, why won't it stop? Oh, these hedges, though. I'm going to get in trouble for running over these hedges. All, heritage and environmental and all that, habitats for birds and things like that. Don't want to catch hell for destroying the hedges. So at some point today, probably this afternoon, I'm going to meet with the guy about the brewery, and we're going to go take a look at it and decide what it's going to cost, and and all that. So, and then probably get started with that. First plant of next year. Put some barley in the ground for them, and all that. So, got to work out some kind of water situation, because I'm sure you guys know breweries take a lot of water. So, I'm gonna have to probably drill another well. Nope, didn't want to turn it off, just wanted to lift it up. Probably have to drill another well, to provide water for it. So, because unfortunately, I don't think we can, we can't obviously divert, a river or anything to get water to it. So, because that would be illegal. So, I'm gonna have to provide it water in another fashion. Oops, keep hitting the wrong button. I set all the buttons up. You guys who might be familiar with the G27 know it's got on the shifter, it's got a D-pad and a whole bunch of buttons. I set up most of the buttons to do things in Farm Sim finally. I figured, you know what? I've got the buttons, might as well use them. But I don't use them that often, so I forget what each one of them does. And we'll just drive through the hedge again. Why not, BP? Just keep driving through the hedge. This is why you let Courseplay do this, because he's going to make much less of a mess than I am. So I'm thinking about with the expansion, of the farm next season, that I'm going to need some more help. I've got a couple of hands who've been with me for since I've been here pretty much, but I'm going to need some more help. So I'm going to have to start kind of looking around. I know Mike just hired a girl called Kylie, named Kylie. Really nice girl. He's actually going to send her to the local agricultural college. So I'm thinking if I can find, if I could maybe find somebody, girl or boy, not really too fussy about it, so long as they're willing to work and, and put in the hours and stuff, as sort of as an apprentice or an intern, I'd probably be more than willing to send them up for the course for the agricultural college as well, if that's something that they'd be interested in doing, You know what I should be doing? And I know you guys are all screaming again, BP, you're driving over the grass, man. You're not supposed to do that. I should be going back and forth so I'm not driving over the grass that I haven't cut yet. I'm such a bad farmer, huh? Wow, these fields are in rough shape. 17% soil moisture, 1 times on both the nutrients. The yield is not going to be amazing, but okay. We'll get a cut on them, and then we'll deal with it after that. I'll have some manure. I'll be able to slurry them and all that. So that won't be so bad. I keep turning it off. Don't want to turn it off, just want to lift it. Maybe we can stay out of the hedge this time? Not so much. So I will say, the farm has come back from its, catastrophe pretty well, I think. Everything's pretty much, with some very small variations, pretty much the way it was before. So I'm pretty happy about that. It was a lot of work, but I think it was worth it, because this map is, as you guys know, easily, my top favorite, 3 favorite maps, pretty much of all time. And I just couldn't see myself letting it go, and saying, all right, well, Old Ridge is all done and we'll start on something new. Now, this is episode 51 now. To be honest, this could go 100 episodes. I don't know, until maybe you guys tell me, okay, we've had enough of Old Ridge, do something else. So, but I definitely will continue to play on it. So, one thing about playing on a map for a very long time is you kind of get to the point where you really feel like you own the map. Because you've probably made some alterations to it, you've made some edits to it, you've added things to it. That makes it feel like your map, and it's a tough thing to just let go of, after a while. That's why, Bjornholm, unfortunately, Bjornholm is now sort of gone by the wayside. But, Bjornholm, I spent so much time on that map and made so many changes to it that it really felt like home to me, and I didn't want to, even though I stopped recording on it, I didn't want to stop playing on it. And I am considering rebuilding it, but on a modded version of Bjornholm, so I can have things like soil mod and chopped straw and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, these fields are going to definitely need a refresh. The meadows are not pretty, but again, they got absolutely no attention. You know, the arable stuff got all the attention, and the meadows kind of just said, you know, I kind of just said, well, just grow, and I'll deal with you, you know, when I can. So I think if I can get 10 bales off each one of these fields, I'd be happy, and probably 5 bales off the dairy meadow, because the dairy meadow is very small, so I'd probably be good with that. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to invest in a bigger mower, or at least a set of butterflies. You know, I don't know, either that or a front mower maybe. A front mower would probably be the best way to go. Probably something to look at for next season, getting a front mower, just to kind of speed this process up a little bit. Not that I mind, you know, I certainly enjoy doing it, but it could go a little quicker, you know. And especially if we decide to plant another field with grass somewhere. Got to take a good hard look at what field I actually want to buy first come springtime. You know, I may even actually try to buy it after this last harvest here, just to get it sort of ready for spring. You know, so that way I don't have to do a bunch of prep work to it to get it ready to plant. I can just get it ready over the winter and then plant. You know, boom, first, you know, come planting time, come springtime. You know. 14 hours on the case. I mean, I spent a lot of time in this tractor doing all the rebuild and everything, obviously. And it's, you know, it's the primary tractor on the farm now. So hopefully next year we'll be able to buy some new stuff, you know. I think I think if I'm going to replace the front loader, I kind of want a telehandler. The only thing with a telehandler is it's a very specific piece of equipment, you know. You can't pull a plow with a telehandler. You can't, you know, pull a cultivator with a telehandler. So, you know, I don't know. I don't know if maybe if I go, the New Holland telehandlers are very, very nice. You know, the JCB telehandlers are decent. I'm not a particular fan of that style of telehandler, but they are nice. You know, and JCB, you know, has a really good sort of incentive and financing package. And you know, I could probably afford a JCB, you know, telehandler a little better, although New Holland, I'm sure, would match whatever JCB, you know, offered me, I'm sure, just to get a sale, you know. But the only problem is, like I said, you can't really do much else with a telehandler except for lift stuff. So I don't know. You know, there may be another front loader in the future. I kind of want to use the Unimog just as a truck. I don't really want to use it as a tractor, even though it certainly is a tractor. And it works great in a pinch, you know, when you need an extra tractor like I do now. But overall, I'd rather have, you know, a more sort of traditional tractor. Especially as the farm gets bigger, we're going to need more of that stuff, so. Definitely going to have a talk with the local JCB representative, you know, and see what maybe they can do for me for a new tractor, you know, whether it's a front loader or not. You know, I like JCBs. JCBs are very popular in this area, as you would imagine. I know Mike has one. He loves it. You know, he's always raving about it. Uses it all the time, as you would expect, you know. So how about this, BP? How about we mow all the grass, and then we don't have to come all the way back down here again and waste fuel. Because fuel is still expensive, so. It's not going to quite be wide enough, huh? Okay, well, all right. We'll live with it. I'm going to have to make another pass anyway. Am I going to have to back up? Or can I just maybe swing this in here and catch this? Just catch it? Yep. I'd still leave a little bit. Come on, BP. Because the soil conditions, you know, not great by any means. The grass is a little patchy, as you can see. There's little bits where it's not, you know, it didn't grow very well. Definitely gonna have to put some more effort into that. I want to feed my animals the, you know, highest quality stuff I can make them, obviously. This is sort of a stopgap now to get me through the winter more than anything. Okay, that will do. Now we can turn it off and lift it up and fold it up. Make sure we turn the beacons on because we're coming out of the field. Go over to field 9, cut that. 25 minutes it took to cut that field. Wow. Well, you know, again, that's how it is. You know, you can't really help that. So. Plus the, 4 or 5 minutes in the beginning of the episode of the foolishness of me trying to load the skid steer onto the animal trailer, But so it turns out it was Mr. Moose who originally did that, or at least he's the first person I've seen do it. So I want to thank him. I'm pretty sure he doesn't watch my videos, but I want to thank him anyway for the the cool sort of inspiration to do it. All right, unfold it. We can turn the beacons off now. Actually, should I... hold on. Maybe. What would make sense? I don't think I have a course for this, but what would probably make sense is if I... no field 9? No field 9? No. No field 9. Can I get one of these? Apparently not. Apparently it doesn't like that either. Well, you know what we're going to do then? We're going to make some quick... a field outline here, and we'll let Courseplay do this, I think. Why not? Oh, let me just make absolutely certain here. Nope, I don't obviously have anything, so we will let Courseplay do this. You may notice that, whoops, if I go forwards, it'd be helpful. You may notice this is not a developer version of Courseplay. This is just a straight, the straight release version. Doesn't have all the features that the developer version has, but to be honest, I don't really mind that so much. Because I needed something that worked, without really any nonsense. And sometimes a developer version can have bugs in it that can cause issues, And when I was trying to do 53 things at once to rebuild this map, I just needed it to work, and this version just works. So, it may not have all the cool features, but I can live with that, so. Now, I know I'm missing a lot of grass in the corners here, but you know what? Those trees... this may be one field where I might actually have to go in and move some trees because the trees really protrude into the field and it kind of cuts down the size of the field, and there's a lot of grass there that I could probably be cutting if it wasn't for those trees. So I think that's going to do it. Yep, that will do. Okay. So we will call this F9 outline or outline. There we go. And now, because I can never remember how wide this thing is, I need to let it unfold so I can find out. I also need to put it all the way down because that, believe it or not, makes a difference. Let's see. It is 3 really? It's only 3 meters? I think we want to start on this is the south something or other. South. I have no idea. I want to go north. I want 2 headlands. After, it's not going to be very, it's going to be basically going around in circles the whole time. All right. And let's go ahead and let that do its thing. Where's the first waypoint? Probably behind me, right? Nope. Where's the first waypoint? Over there. Okay. We'll go ahead and fold this up because obviously Courseplay is going to want to fold it up anyway, so. And what I may do is go get the Ford, I guess, and the rake, even though I don't really want to do that, but I may do it just to speed this process up a little bit. Now, where's the first waypoint? Let's see. Can you find the first waypoint on your own? What speed are we looking at here? 7 miles an hour? Yeah, I think Courseplay should be able to handle 7 miles an hour. So go ahead, find the first waypoint. Unfold. It shouldn't make too much of a mess, and I don't think it'll get stuck on anything because of the way that I did the outlines. Obviously, I probably took 10% of the field off, but to be honest, it's not really all that much of an issue. You know what? I always forget with this mower that you need an offset, but I never know what kind of offset. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it go down here and make its first pass, and then I'll see what it looks like when it turns around. So, because I believe you need an offset on this mower. Give me a chance to have a sip of my iced coffee. Been recording like crazy today. It's like the fourth thing I've recorded today. Just because I'm having, you know, I go through cycles like that. It's always fun. I hate it when it does this, when it just drops the mower and then decides to drive around in a circle trying to find the next waypoint. I can never understand why it does this. Instead of just backing up, you know, it is a 3-point implement, so it could easily back up. Whatever. It did what it had to do. Yeah, so what was I saying? I can actually turn these waypoints off. Yeah, you know, I go through these cycles where I just really want to record all the time, you know. It's always fun, because if it wasn't fun, I wouldn't do it. But there are days where it's more fun than others, and today just seems to be one of those days where I just want to record all day long. So I'm, you know, why not? More stuff for you guys to watch, more fun for me to have, you know, and all of that. So now, obviously, it's going to come up here. It's going to miss the bit on the, or is it? Yeah, it's going to miss the bit on this side, but it'll come back down, I believe, and get it. I hope. This is why you have an offset, I believe, and as soon as I figure out how to do it, and as soon as you guys all leave the tips that you know you're going to leave, because you're all screaming right now going, BP, Jesus, have you not learned anything in all the time you've been playing Farming Simulator? Well, no. Come on, guys. You know me better than that, right? So it's either going to, you know, just leave big strips in the middle of the field that it's not going to cut, and then I'm going to have to go back in and cut them, or is it going to come back and now go up the middle? No, it's going to go up the middle. Okay. Very good. Very good. All right. Let's go tab around to the this. Yep, this. Now, what I don't need to do, though, is I don't need to bring all of this with me. So we can just cut that off. Fire this up. Go grab the rake, which is back at the main farm. And we'll go get raking on those fields. So we can at least get a little efficiency going here. You know, 31 minutes, just about 32 minutes, probably going to be close to an hour long this episode. I could break it into 2 parts, I guess. You know, maybe we'll do that. What we'll do is we'll do this. We'll do the mowing and the raking, and then in the next episode we will bale and collect the bales and stack them up and everything. And by that time, like I said, the fields will require something, I'm sure. So moisture or nutrients or whatever. So still need to get the potato harvester over from the dealer. He calls me. He called me and he's like, "Hey, any chance you're gonna come get this potato harvester out of the middle of my yard over here? I have other stuff coming in and out, and I need that thing moved, so I need to get that out of there as well too." Although, to be fair, he didn't sound as rude as I just did about it. He was certainly nice about it. Probably give Mike a call, see if he wants to go down to a pub tonight, I guess. You know, have a pop or two, you know. Talk about things that are going on in the local area and whatnot. Go over his plans for the winter and all that. Maybe he'll bring me some of his, bring me a couple of apples and some pears, you know, because I want to try his stuff. So, because he's definitely been trying mine on 1 or 2 occasions, which is fine, you know. I have no issue with that whatsoever. So I've decided that I'm going to use these sheds right here as drying sheds. So basically what I'm going to probably do is either put a placeable pile or a couple placeable piles in there for wheat and barley and canola, or maybe actually pull it in a giant's editor and put triggers in there. And then we'll get the demolition company down to take down this big old silo, because I just don't want it. I don't need it, you know what I mean? And I'd rather have drying sheds anyway, so. The other option I was thinking about doing was maybe putting a big shed, a couple of big sheds over here, you know, one on either side with a couple of bays in them for, you know, for the grain. That could be something I look at too. I don't know. I think it might be better to have a fully enclosed drying shed. It's not like this stuff's going to sit there for years and years anyway, you know. It just sits there while it dries, and then pretty much gets sold right away, because I can't afford to let grain sit around and rot, so. Come on, give me that. There we go. All right. Take this down to field 8, and we'll get raking. By that time, course play should be done with field 9, so. It's 11 o'clock in the morning here in Old Rage. As you can see, it's about 5:30 in the afternoon in the real world. I've been busy all day today recording, rendering. My poor computer. The old Abacus has been taking a beating this today for sure. But, that's the other reason why I'd like a more powerful computer. This thing renders pretty quickly. It doesn't really have any issue with rendering, But, if I could have more memory and more video memory, especially, I could render even faster. And that would be, that'd be ideal. So, because there are days where I'll make 6 or 7, 8 videos, you know what I mean? And then I got to render them all. And that takes quite a while. Let's see. How's he doing over here? He's not getting stuck on anything, so that's good. Leaving a little bit in the middle, huh? Well, okay. I mean, if I got to go back and fix that, that's where you'd want an offset. And as soon as I figure out what the right offset is and everything, I will probably set that course up with an offset. So now, do I do this myself? Yeah, we might as well do this ourselves, I guess. This is something else I am absolutely lousy at, raking. Not so much raking. I mean, it's not that difficult. It's just raking in a straight line that I have a real issue with. Oh, no, you know what I want to do? I don't want to do that, do I? I want to do the headlands last. Come on, BP. Let's be a farmer, okay? You do the headlands last, so you neaten up all the edge bits that you make a mess of when you're going up and down. So, all right, so we will start about right here, I guess. Yeah, we can unfold it. I don't need this anymore, so... Kind of need a little bit of a view, though. We can lower that and turn it on. And off we go. Again, not going to get a ton of bales off of this. I know that, for the simple fact that the soil conditions are so bad. I should probably come up here and spread some manure on these fields. Probably not a bad idea. I probably have enough liquid manure to spread on these fields. So just to give them some help because, they are not in great shape. So, yeah. This is where it gets a little tricky because this thing is really big for this field, Get it turned around, get it dropped. Try to catch the little scraggly bit there. There we go. Yeah, you'd think with all the, the amount of... I like to bale, I like to mow, I like to rake, I like to do all that kind of stuff. You think I'd be better at it, right? I think this windrower is probably a little big for these fields. Probably a single rotor would be a better choice, But I'm no good with a single rotor. I make such a mess with those things that it's just better for me to try to muscle around a bigger windrower. I certainly wouldn't want to try to put anything bigger than this on these fields. You wouldn't be able to turn it, And of course, with this, with this kind of spread on the windrower, you're not. It doesn't take very long to do a field, So probably what I'll do, just to keep the length of this video at a reasonable level, I'll probably rake field 9 over there, and then I'll do the dairy meadow off screen. Because obviously you guys have seen me mow, you've seen me rake, you've seen me, all that. So no sense in showing you every second of my day. Here on the farm, but just a representative sort of sample of what goes on. I will say having the buttons over here on the shifter kind of makes me feel like I'm actually driving a tractor because that's how it would be sort of in real life. Your hydraulic controls and everything would be sort of to your right, so it's kind of neat. This tractor obviously wouldn't have a joystick or a control console or anything, but it would have the levers, that you'd have to pull to raise and lower things, to open hydraulics and all that. So, okay, now, I think we want to go this way, right? And neaten up the headlands a bit, as best we can anyway. Slow down, slow down. This is where I tend to make a big mess. Anytime I have to turn with this thing is where I tend to make a real mess, so... try to get it off. Oh, he's done. Very good. Did I leave too much? Did I leave too much? Oh, maybe not. Maybe I can just catch it. Nah, I left too much. The edges are going to be ugly. Darn it. I wonder, can I do something silly? Okay, you know what we'll do? Let's do this. Because I need to clean this edge up. That's going to be an ugly windrow. Always got to be one, right? Can I maybe clean this bit up over here by making sort of a silly windrow right in the middle of this, and I'll just grab it with the baler. Just because that's kind of ugly, and I don't want to leave it like that, so. And not make a ridiculously tight turn. There we go. All right, not great, but you know what? It will do. Turn it off, fold it all the way up, and we'll go over and do field 9. And then we'll call this an episode. And the next episode, we will bail. Probably, like I said, I'll do the dairy meadow. I'll mow and rake that off screen, and then we'll just bail everything in the next episode. So, gonna have to move the case off the field, obviously, because he's gonna be in the way. Got to remember to save that course, because I can save it and then just apply an offset to it afterwards. So the course itself is fine. It just needs an offset to not miss any grass. So I know I just watched David Oldfield video where he was windrowing straw, and he had written down what offset he needed to do it, and I need to start doing that too. Otherwise, I'll never remember. So I'll put him here, and we'll tab over to the case. F9 3M. Enter. All right. How much did I actually miss, I guess is the question. Oops, I need to reset the course, though, don't I? Stop driver. Reset the course. How much did he actually end up missing? It's not too bad. Again, the bits in the middle, I should... you know what? I'm not going to get very much off this field anyway because of the conditions of the soil. So we'll just kind of take this field as a loss this time. And then next time I will make sure that I have the correct offset on it. So, all right, you can just stop right there for now. I tell you what, if I lived in this housing sort of estate right here, these apartment buildings, this apartment complex right here, I would be all over this fence watching this process. I was down in the town next to where I live in real life, and paying a bill, and there was a couple of Massey Fergusons towing tedders down the road because it's obviously hay time around here, where I live. So, and it was really, really cool, and I was like, oh, I want to follow them and watch them, but I had to be somewhere, and I didn't have time. So it's getting to be agricultural fair time around where I live too, which is awesome. Old antique tractor pulls and fried dough and dairy cows and big old tomatoes and all kinds of other stuff that goes on display. Just can't get enough of that stuff. Absolutely love it. I am a farmer at heart, even though I'm not a farmer, by profession. So. Now this field's so small that I can kind of get away with doing a headland. And then coming up and down the one, maybe two passes that I'm going to need on the edge, or in the middle, I should say. So, again, not ideal probably, but in fact, I'm going to wicked cheat, Massachusetts, wicked kid, and just go around in a circle. And then complain when I come back to bail this. Who made this tight turn, you big dummy? I'll probably straighten that out when I go back down again. All right, I'll lift that up. Get kind of centered on the grass there, BP. There we go. Actually, that turn wasn't all that bad. It could have been a lot worse. I could probably follow that with a baler. Especially since I'm a round baler, and they turn, you know, pretty. They turn a lot better than the big square balers do, as you would expect. So, there. Let's go and get this last bit here. I mean, this field is almost not worth it. You know, to do almost not worth the work. You know, but it's just enough to make it so that I don't feel like I'm wasting my time. And I suppose I could have made those outlines better where it's closer to the fence and everything. It's just these trees. I think if I'm going to keep using this meadow, I'm going to have to take these trees down just so I can use more of the field, because otherwise they're just constantly being in the way, and you're just not ever going to get very much grass off of them. So, all right, there we go. Fold out all the way up. And you know what? I think we kind of need a new thumbnail, right? And this might make a good one. Why not? See if we park this right about here. And, yeah, that'll work, right? What do you guys think about that? We'll go ahead and turn the motor off, little HUD hider action, and take the screenshot, and there we go. So there you go, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Again, you know, it's sort of a maintenance, not a maintenance episode, but an episode of maybe not the most exciting things in the world. But we did get to do something cool. We loaded a JCB onto an animal trailer. Not well, granted, but we did it. You know, so, and it was fun, and this is a fun episode, and I've been having a lot of fun playing the game the last few days. Hopefully you guys have been having fun watching it. Thank you all for your support, for your comments, for your suggestions. I say this every single video, but I so mean it. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. We're closing up on 1,900 subscribers, which, you know, wow. Who'd have guessed, right? Who'd have guessed? Me! Bipolar Prophet, big doofus, right? It means so much to me. You guys like what I do. As always, thank you so much, guys, for everything you do for the channel, for your comments, for your likes, for your subscriptions. If you're new to the channel and you just saw, you know, Old Ridge Farm Farming Simulator, you wanted to check it out, you like what you see, make sure you click the like button. It helps me and the channel out a whole bunch. And consider subscribing. It's the best way of being notified when I make a video, which is pretty much every day. Also, because I haven't said it in a while, I'm going to say this. Make sure you give me a follow on Twitter at Bipolar Prophet. If you follow me, I'll be glad to follow you back. And check me out on Facebook at Bipolar Prophet Gaming on Facebook. And as always, guys, thank you so much for making me a part of your YouTube day. And this is the Bipolar Prophet saying, see you later.